Our salsa is almost ready for the customer, which in the case would be me. The bike is built. It looks like it's ready, but we have some details to do, some double checks to be done. And we're going to first begin by looking at the headset adjustment, a nice double check on the ground. And then we're going to look at the stem. Is our stem nice and straight? That looks good. And then what we want to do, we want to come to the side and think about how we want our bars aligned. Does it feel comfortable to the customer, being me? Yep, that seems pretty good. We would want to do that now. When those are all set, we want to, of course, double check our torque here. So we would go around all of our bolts just as a double check there. The next thing after that, we would want to look at the levers. Are the brake levers at a good angle? This is not the bar setting, it's the lever setting. That can be changed if we like. Our shift levers or brake levers. And one more aspect of the levers is called the reach, the brake lever reach here. We can change the adjustment and close this up for a different feel on our braking. We would want to then move, of course, to the saddle and think about the tilt here. That would be a test ride to get our customer on there and see, do we like it flat, slightly down? Where does that want to be? We would also want to come and look at the pedals. And for this, it's good to send the customer, me, on a ride with one of my favorite, the IB1, to mess with the adjustment here, the retention, the spring retention, so our shoes are clicking in as tight as we want, but not too tight. Then, last thing we would want possibly to do is fill out our positioning chart here for ourselves or our customer. That allows us to track changes. If we want to rotate or change stems, we can get a sense of the date and how it feels. We would also want to track our suspension performance, pump up the shocks to whatever the manufacturer recommends, take note of this, and then make changes according to the riding that we do. The fork, take note of any rebound settings and also the air pressure. With that, we are still not quite done. We need to go do a burn-in. We need to go with our rotors. Brand new rotors should be burned in, and that'll be the process that's next. Then we're finally ready to hit the road. We are almost finished and ready to hit the trail. We can't do that until we burn in our rotors. It's snowy outside today, so we're not going to do that outside. We're going to ride the distance of the factory today to burn that in. We're going to begin first with some alcohol to clean the rotors and a nice clean rag. We're going to go from our computerized lathe here at Park Tool to the other end of the factory to our computerized mill. So we're going to ride from lathe to mill, hard, 10 times, hitting the brakes. We're trying to transfer some material. The concept of a burn-in is to transfer some material from the pad of the brake pad to the rotor in a controlled, clean fashion. So again, alcohol, clean rag, clean, and then ride. What seems to work well is to drag the brake. We're going to continue to drag our brake. We're beginning ambient temperature here about 69 degrees. We'll take a surface temperature check at the end of our little ride here. We're going to drag the brake the entire time. Mill.
Let's take a temperature check. 120. 120. Ow! Yes, that's hot. Doesn't burn the skin, but definitely hot. A nice smell, little smell as well. Some of the material the pad transferring. And just to show you, we've ended up our nice mill. Not quite ready. We're not quite open. We're here in the early crepuscular hours, waiting for part tool to open. And now, the bike ready for action.